You see here, hi guys and gals. It's going to be a beer vlog. So I've got a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. That's from, what is it, Chico, California? Anyway, somewhere in California. And it's a Pale Ale with, for those that could be interested, it's 5.6% alcohol. Which is actually, when I was thinking about that, more than most beers here. The normal ones. I mean, of course, we have beers that have usually around 5, or 4.8, something like that. 4.85, 5.2, 5.6, an odd number actually. My trusty Boulevard bottle opener. So, and this time we'll be drinking it in Kansas City beer cup, beer mug. Again, I've purposely done it at, this is at, well, it's pretty dark for a pale ale. It's not like very pale. Again, it's not a lager, be careful. It's a pale ale, but it's not called IPA anywhere here. Well, what do you say? I think that it's, I've had IPAs that were darker. This one is, let's see. Again, it's not as sharp. I don't know if you remember the last time I talked about the Swiss IPA. This one, of course, once again is supposed to be, I guess, a pale ale, so it's not too dark. A lot less citrus notes than the last one, and so the Swiss one. And comparing to the Kona Brewery one, where I had the brain freeze the last time, there's less character. There's a bit more bitterness at the end of the mouth. So, frankly, compared to the Kona, I would say the Kona was better. It's not a bad brew at all, and it's a nice bottle, or a nice label actually. The bottle is nothing special, but yeah. So it's okay. I mean, it's okay. It would probably get it would definitely get a passing grade, but it wouldn't get the top marks. So today is Friday. I know I often make the beer vlogs on Sunday, but you know, why always do the same thing? Okay, what happened this week a little bit? This week was kind of a short week. Here in Switzerland, in the canton, which is a bit equivalent of the state, or their size of counties, but they're officially states in a way. Where I live, it's a Catholic canton, and we have Corpus Christi off. Corpus Christi is always a Thursday. And some of you have probably seen that Mrs. DC and me, we went off for a little ride. We went off to a town on the border of Switzerland, just on the German side. Had a great time, had a meal, and did one geocache, so that I would get the German souvenir, but it's the Baden-Württemberg souvenir, but it counts as Germany, of course. Okay, and today officially for most people was a work day. In my case, I went off to Geneva and had a trade show, so I could decide which day I wanted to go to the trade show, so I took Friday. That way it was kind of like a half day off, so to say. I didn't take any video there. Nobody was taking video, by the way. That was kind of amusing. It would not have stopped me, but okay, it could have been interesting, I guess, in a way. It was micro technology. There was a lot of little robots, you know, it was for watches and stuff like that. So, yeah, there was things to see, but I was interested in a way, in my work, just to see if they, you know, like for the automation parts. But it was like little brothers of the stuff that we have where I work, so it was kind of half interesting. Okay, and then I finished relatively early and went and took the train. On the way over to the train, I did manage to get in a geocache, and I also stopped in front of the United Nations building in Geneva. I will either tack it onto this one, or probably it'll be a separate video, because I made a little meal vlog as well. And the vlog part today, well, let's talk about leisure a bit. Some people say leisure, others say leisure. What is it exactly? Does it mean, like, you know, we've all got, I would say, busy weeks, some more than others? And does it mean that, you know, is leisure having 5-6 weeks vacation and going off? Or is leisure something that can be micro leisure, you know, like the time? When I used to work in Basel, I used to commute, well, 2.5 hours one way, so 5 hours a day. So you can imagine that the time that was free, I really left really early. I mean, I was at work at 7:30 in the office, between 7 and 7:30 in the office. So I was taking the train, you know, around 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'd get home between 7 and 8 in the evening. So, you know, the leisure time, where was it? Well, it was like, for example, on the train, I would savor those moments. It was time for me that was, I turned off, you know, turned things off and turned in the things that were for me. When I got home, I was all for my family, all for it, and there was the leisure time, that internal peace, interior peace, and it didn't have to be a 3-week time off. So yeah, leisure. Leisure for me, in a few words, is savoring moments. I'm completely now in a leisure state. Not because I'm drinking a beer, but because I am savoring my time with me, with you, and with something that I like. Make any sense? Yeah, give me some comments. Anyway, and we'll see. I mean, I could say more, but I'll stop here, because otherwise the video will just go on, and it's already certainly been going on long enough. Okay, so PC, we'll be signing off with another pale ale. I could drink something else with pale ale. I've been thinking the last 3 have been pale ale, haven't they? Okay, anyway, PC signing off. Take care and have a great weekend. Bye. Oh, turning that off. Well, where is that button?